kuli kale nnyo mukuwumulamu okwo okyali mulabi mulungi ze sijjako wakwebaza okyali mulabi mulungi wa AGMTV tukyagenda mu maaso nga ne mwami John Dombo nga tuyisa mu lugendo olw'obulamu n'olwa basketball engendo zino zatambudde mu bulamu bwe so tukomye wali nga atunnyonnyola nti bwebakuwanga scholarship oba bursary ku lubiri ng'oli basketball player oba ndoza ne baplayers zonna abalala itapply nga bw'ojjanga performance bwire kati off awo wenyewe tugenda okutandikira atubuulire ye results ze bwe zaakomawo eri akafominza atya era kyekyaddako
results zange bwe zaakomawo bazikebera naku simu that time yes simu bazaali bazikebera.
Which year was that?
It was 2013. Yes, 2013. Results came out and I was happy that because when Uganda I sure, but then my whole focus was the Sobolokola combination because the combination I wanted by that time was physics, econ, math. So when they came back, I was happy. I took them to school. They were like so happy for me. I remember, wow, this is great. Because I could play by that time, I showed them I could play. I was willing to learn.
And at the same time, perform well in class.
Yes, that's what they wanted. They wanted student athletes, not athletes only.
It was all a success. Like you were successful at Lubiri SS at the time you were there.
No, when I told them about the combination, they were not okay with it. They were like, you won't be able to handle sciences with sports. So they were suggesting I do arts, but I insisted. I said, no, this is what I wanted. I can do it. Just give me a chance. Yeah, by then, a gentleman called Mr. Kakembo. Mr. Kakembo Adam is more like, he was our father by then. All the basketballers, most of the basketballers who have gone through Lubiri SS, they know that man. He is a kind person. He was everything by that time. The coaches, everyone was nice to us by that time. They were like our parents. That's why they used to be so hard on us, hard on our education. If you can't study, we don't want players who can perform in class. So when I told them I can do that, more interest rose up to them. They were like, okay, if he really wants this and he can play, the better for us. So tebyali byangu mukutandika because I got 0 points, 1 point. Naye nga classes ezisinga nazimissinga nga lwa training. But like I told you, I had to find a way of making it. Like discussions. I had to put in some change friends. I had to get academic friends until later on my Form 5. I went to Senior 6 on probation. I studied because it was more like you never be a joke of waiting. I go on Amanya again, then I go on Amanya. Yeah, I'm still on Basari, yes. They are custodian system. They know generally it was hard. So promoting us to the next class was easy. They would promote us on merit because ebiseera ebisinga tetwakolanga bibuuzo twabeeranga mu national games, East African games, we were out of the country. Yes, so when we come back
kati bwotuuka mu senior 6 kyali kitya?
Senior 6 nasooka nenteeka enseera ebbali nga omaze nationals qualifiers East African games zaali Tanzania neŋŋamba nawo saawa yakusoma nensoma. At the end of the day I succeeded. I got through principal. I performed very well. And I was on top of my class. Top of my class, my sports class.
Hey,
yes, my sports class. And they were so happy for me. I excelled very well. My parents, they didn't expect that from me.
So now you qualified to go to the university. Kajata ku university church yo chali chitya like wakola course and tuition was handling Angota and other expenses at campus.
Yes, yeah, my target was to get a government sponsorship. That's why I worked so hard in my second year. But then I couldn't make it. I tried loan scheme, it couldn't work out. So my refuge was to run back to basketball. So I went to UCU, Nagenda UCU, Uganda University Mukono, nengezese emikisa gyange. Coach Nick nampa chance. I tried out for the whole vac and training. He was a good person to me. He was like a parent too. He was there for me. He gave me a chance. Then later on, story originally na erubidi neddamu ne bampa half bursary whereby I had to pay the other half. I couldn't, yes. So I tried to seek finance aid, but then it couldn't work out. I tried loan scheme, things didn't work out. Awo kanfuna nenzanyira team ya wansi, UCUJV. By then it was Phenoms. So I played, they were giving me accommodation, they were giving me food, but then I wasn't studying, so I had to wait until another year when some players leave so that they can replace me. Yes, but by that time, my sister had issues with school fees. She was in Nagalama, so I had to go quit basketball. I went, worked for her to study, and by that...
Which kind of work were you doing?
I was doing, I was in support. What I did is unbelievable. I was a cleaner, I was an askari. It's a big school, but students over there know me. I was a cleaner, I was an askari, I was a coach. I was in the IT department. I was humble, so I could do anything I was told to do. Yes, as long as they would pay for her. And then later on, I was saving money for my tuition to go to campus because I wanted still to study. So the head teacher over there, Mrs. Subuka, she was there for me too. Like, my journey has been supported by so many great people. Yep. Like, they have supported me. So I was doing all that, but I knew it wasn't going to take long. I could dig, plant, I don't know, stuff. I would do everything. But then, most of the students couldn't believe what I was doing. And my brothers too couldn't believe, and even my teammates couldn't believe what I was doing. But I knew I'm doing this for my sister, for myself, and for my future.
Wow, that's so great.
So later on, I got a call from a friend. He told me, UMU, they're giving scholarships, but they only give you tuition. You can only find your accommodation and feed yourself. I'm like, that's all I wanted. I can hustle accommodation, I can hustle food, but then I can't hustle tuition because I know deadlines. So I went for trial. I talked to my boss by then. She was so happy for me. She was supportive. Boom, that's how I went to Ghana Matters University.
Which course did you do at the university?
I did Bachelor's of Science in Statistics and Computer Science. Wow. That's what I majored in. At first there were 4. There was economics, mathematics, statistics, computer science. But then you have to major in 2. So I majored in statistics and computer science. And I passed with a second class upper.
Wow, yes. That's so great. You're so bright. So now from the time you got out of the university, have you had a chance to practice your profession, or you have been in basketball all through?
Not necessarily. The time I would have, COVID came in, and like, to me, basketball has been a calling. Every time I try to run away, it keeps pulling me back because by then, during the middle over there, my university, I used to coach a couple of schools. I used to coach St. Joseph's of Nagalama, St. Joseph's of Nagalama, St. Joseph's of Nazareth, this side of Mpiti. Then I coached a couple of schools, I can't even remember. But then, after that, I tried most of the jobs. They want work experience, 5 years, 2 years. They advertise well to get you through. They have to know you. Yes, that connection. Know who. I had the grades, I had the papers, I had the knowledge, but that support. I applied in a couple of organizations, but as long as you don't have an inside person, I tried my luck. It's not that I didn't try, but then as I was there, my brother works at the airport. He talks to the owners of City Oil. He tells them, I have a brother, he's so good, can you give him a chance? So they were like, it's fine. They were good. By that time they were traveling to, I don't know, Egypt. And then they told him, okay, let him come. They gave me a date. So when that date reached, my brother called me. I thought he was joking still. So by then I had to make it. To him, I was like, you know what, let me just go for his sake. Yeah. But I knew very well they couldn't hire me because you knew
like this was a very big team, and you have never played for such a big team.
Yes, I haven't played for such a big team, such a high profile, such a high level. And by then they were the talk of town. They were the champions, 7-time champions. It was every kid's dream. Like, it was our dream to play for such an organization, but we knew we didn't have what it takes for that team to play for that team.
So when you got there, when things hard, did you just go through and then play where you were added on the team? Like, what can you briefly take us through you at City Oil?
It was really hard because every day was like a lesson to me, and I was ready to learn everything they teach me. They tell me being obedient, being humble, time management. There are a few things they used to look at. They never looked at my game because they knew what I could already do. But then they looked at a few different factors, so that they're like, okay, is this kid coachable? Is he willing to learn? Is he humble? Is he a good listener? Is he disciplined? Like, they looked at those to me, because later on I got to find out, I realized I wasn't the most talented, I wasn't in one of the best clubs, I wasn't like, they need this guy who was me by that time. But then to them, it was more like, we can make this kid into a person we want. Yes, that's how I was given the opportunity.
That's so great. So far, how many big teams have you played for?
I don't despise any team I've played for. All the teams I've played for are big teams. Yes, that's all I can say.
Okay, so alright, so how many teams have you played for? Maybe I posed the question wrong.
So far I've played for 4 teams. This is my 4th team. Yes, I've played for 4 teams.
Are you still playing for City Oil?
Yes, right now we're heading to the playoffs. Our first game is on 28th. No, it's on 4th. 4th we are playing UPDF in the playoffs. And we just finished regular season. We finished the season number 3, but we had a couple of injuries, probably would be number 1. We had a couple of injuries left and right, but then I know we are good to go for the 8th.
So everything like you go through, everything that you adopt maybe along the way as you move in this journey, like in this life. Yes, it has advantages and disadvantages. So you and basketball, what are the advantages? Like, what are the benefits, the good things you got from basketball as we wind up?
Yeah, number 1, I've gotten to know God more. Like God. Yes, more. That most of the things have been happening like miracles. You've been in tough situations. You're like, please Lord, if I make it here, we win this game, that, and then it happens. It doesn't happen, you'll get strength. 2, education. 3, friends. I've had a lot of friends. Almost 70%, 80% of the friends I have are through basketball. Even me being on AGM TV, if it wasn't basketball, I don't know whether I would be. I wouldn't be here. But then our friends have money, like traveled. I've traveled. I've been in Tanzania. I've been in Kenya. I've been in South Africa. I've traveled a couple of places. I've traveled the entire Uganda. Here I've traveled all areas of the country mostly. But then because of basketball, I've managed to grow as a person through the game. So it's a lot. It has given me more than I've given it.
Wow. That is so good. Actually, but because of time, we have to stop right here. Naye nga tetunnamaliriza, Mr. John, badde nsaba ng'otunudde mu kamera yaffe obeeko ebigambo ebitonotono, like a piece of advice gy'owa omwana ali eyo, nga omwana oba omuntu yenna ali eyo nga yandyagadde okwenyigira mu byemizannyo bino. Ayinza okuba nga tasoma naye ate ng'akyagala, ate oluusi ng'alina ne talent. Obeeko ebigambo ebitonotono by'omugamba ebimuzaamu amaanyi, naye akimanye nti asobola, agatte ku by'ayize mu lugendo lwo luno, agatteko advice eyo, naye akimanye nti asobola. Actually, not only people who want to be sports. N'ebintu ebirala in life.
Okay, generally in life, all I can say is through the approach of hard work, discipline, perseverance, a couple of stuff. All I can say, hard work. If you work so hard and you really believe in yourself, believe in who you are, you don't listen to people out there, they tell you can't make it over here, you can't play for this, you can't be this, you can't be that. The only thing or the only person who can control you is yourself. Because if you really believe in yourself, you believe in what you do, you believe in whatever you put hands on, and married, your wife won't be supportive, your husband won't be supportive. But then if you really believe in your ideas, your goals, you set your goals and you really believe and you work so hard, you stay disciplined stay humble, stay disciplined. But then, all I believe is everything is possible. If you believe in yourself, believe in who you are, you work so hard, you put God first, that's key. Then I know the sky is the limit always in everything, whether it's in education, work, relationships, religion. You really have to work so hard in order to be on the top. and you have to be patient too. So it's a couple of things which have to work hand in hand. It's not one thing, it's not hard work alone. Because if you work hard and you're not disciplined, there's nothing you gain. If you're disciplined and you don't work so hard, nothing. So if you pray to God and you're not working, so you have to incorporate all these attributes together. And at the end of the day, it's fine.
Wow. When you work hard, no collection to oteekeddwa mu budde mw'oteekeddwa okikolera mu kifo ekituufu mw'oteekeddwa okukikolera, the sky is only your limit. Teri muntu mulala ayinza kukomako. N'ekirala kyenfunye mu byayogedde nti it's you, like yegwe muntu asobola okwekontrolinga oba okitegeera. N'ekirala nti abantu babeerawo ne boogera ebirungi n'ebibi, naye nkusaba gwe wenna ali eyo ng'olina ky'oyagala okutuukako mu bulamu buno, lekeraawo okutunuulira ennyo ebintu ebibi abantu bebakwogeddeko ne wennyamira. Nogamba maama gundi yagambye bw'ati, oba nze ndi muleekwasi n'abazadde. Yes, we understand. Naye ate munange ebyo bireke. Just nyweza buuzibwa we nga totambula kuba luno olugendo lwo teri agenda kulukutambulira, ogenda dwetambulira wekka. Mu bantu beboogera funamu ebikutwala mu maaso, ebitakuzimba bireke. Awo nno mukwano ojja kutambula olugendo lwo nga naawe olunyumirwe ne bw'onatuuka mu kaseera akazibu. Still ojja kuba omanyi ki ky'oteekeddwa okukola mu budde ki. Program My Journey oba olugendo lwange, nange Judith Nazziwa ng'olunaku lwaleero tubadde ne mwami John Dombo ono nga basketball player. Ndowooza owulidde byonna byatuyisizaamu olugendo lwo oluwulidde era olutegedde. Tusisinkane omulundi omulala ku Sunday eddako ssaawa 2 ez'ekawungeezi tosubwa. Bye bye.